Welcome to the OLV Daily Reflection for Sunday, August 29th. The Gospel reading for today's Mass comes to us from the 7th chapter of St. Mark's Gospel. It reads, When the Pharisees with some scribes who had come from Jerusalem gathered around Jesus, they observed that some of his disciples ate their meals with unclean, that is, unwashed hands. For the Pharisees, and in fact all Jews, do not eat without carefully washing their hands, keeping the tradition of the elders. And on coming from the marketplace, they do not eat without purifying themselves. And there are many other things they have traditionally observed, the purification of cups and jugs and kettles and beds. So the Pharisees and scribes questioned him, Why do your disciples not follow the tradition of the elders, but instead eat a meal with unclean hands? He responded, Well did Isaiah prophesy about you hypocrites, as it is written, This people honors me with their lips, but their hearts are far from me. In vain do they worship me, teaching as doctrines human precepts. You disregard God's commandment, but cling to human tradition. He summoned the crowd again and said to them, Hear me, all of you, and understand. Nothing that enters from outside can defile that person, but the things that come from within are what defile. From within people, from their hearts, come evil thoughts, unchastity, theft, murder, idolatry, greed, malice, deceit, licentiousness, envy, blasphemy, arrogance, folly. All these things come from within, and they defile. Jesus does not mince any words with the scribes and Pharisees who are pressing him on why his disciples do not follow the Jewish laws on purification. And this direct response of Jesus Christ is convicting, because it seems that all self-reflective people can understand how personal thoughts, feelings, and desires can cause us to sin. Yes, we might try extremely hard in our lives to make sure that everything we do and everything around us keeps us from sinning, but our minds and hearts can still go to dark and sinful places that lead to the actions described by Jesus in today's gospel passage. And let me provide a real-world example. Religious communities of men and women still have regularly scheduled times for confession, because every person in these communities must account for his or her struggle with sin. The communal life of these consecrated religious might help to alleviate the temptation to sin and help foster virtuous action because of their commitment to follow Christ. But again, religious sisters and brothers still have hearts and minds that fall in the same way as those of us who live outside of monasteries and convents. So the reality is that every community, whether large or small, is made up of individuals. And we all have to figure out as members of these communities how to help each of us to become better. But there are limitations, because no matter how hard a community might try, they will never make every individual in their community perfect. This is the reason that parenting can be so hard. This is the reason that being a leader of a community can be so hard. And this is also the reason many communities struggle with its individual members, because there is this tension. Now, on the flip side, many of us know how hard it is to be an individual trying to be part of certain communities, because it seems as if that sometimes the individuals are better than the collective community. But I think you see my point. We, as individuals, as communities, all have to commit to following Jesus Christ. And his grace is there to help us, to sustain us, and to help us truly convert our hearts and minds to become better communities and better individuals. So we return to a common theme of the daily reflections: personal prayer. It is our personal prayer that's so vitally important to our lives, because it is through our individual prayer that we discern how God is calling us as individuals to serve him and serve others in our lives. but it is also this personal prayer that will help us know our responsibilities towards the communities we belong to. And then as a community, at times we have to pray together so we know how to better help those members of our community. So prayer is the reality that holds it all together and helps us to understand both our communal and individual responsibilities. But it should be known that even with prayer, it still might be difficult trying to understand how each of us is called to respond to the individual and community responsibilities and obligations in our lives. But please keep it up. Keep striving. Keep listening to God's call, because God is always faithful. So therefore, if we remain committed to our prayer, God will show us the way. Our Lady of Victory, pray for us.